Now I'm live. Oh my gosh. Take it. Okay. Now we're actually live. Okay.
Mhm.
So let me start that all over. So today we have an amazing guest. Her name is Inês Ferreira, and she is a Brazilian woman who lives in New York City. And about 3 months ago, she reached out to me through Instagram to do a live with her because she has an amazing YouTube channel. Can you tell us? It's actually it's the name of the Instagram on here, but Inez, what's the name of your YouTube channel?
Inestimável mundo.
And she reached out to me to do a live on her YouTube channel.
Mhm.
And at the time, she asked me to do it in Portuguese, and I was a little bit scared, but I think it worked out pretty well. I'll put the link onto the to the video.
Mhm.
I thought that this would be the perfect time to do a live with Inez right now because of several things. One, we're all sitting at home, so we we can do a lot of lives right now. Two, Inez is located in New York City, which
Mhm.
is obviously right now a hot spot for the coronavirus. And three, I just think that it's good for us to connect with each other. Like I'm for the next 2-3 months that I'm stuck inside, I'm going to be doing a tons of conversations, lives with everybody.
Mhm.
And over the next hour or so, it might go longer. And Naz and I are going to talk about, well, she's going to talk about her life in New York City as a Black Brazilian woman. And I am probably going to interject with my own experiences from Rio de Janeiro. I'm actually not in Rio right now because I actually, about a week and a half ago, I decided to come back to the United States to be with my mother.
Mhm.
And so I'm actually in Chicago right now. And Inez, you actually are still in New York City, correct?
Yes, Queens.
Queens. Oh,
Mhm.
wow. Okay, Queens.
Close to the Irma Hertz, the hospital
Oh my
is.
God.
Yes,
Wow.
I live some blocks away from that hospital.
Wow.
Mhm.
So Inez, I have to. I guess my first question. This is not your first time living in New York City, correct?
No, no, it's my second time.
So tell me, like, how a lot of well, before the coronavirus, a lot of Brazilians wanted to move to New York City. But tell me, how did you even think that, okay, I want to move to New York City? And how did you make that happen? Tell me about this the first time you were in New York City.
So, first of all, thanks so much for inviting me and welcome our first live together. And I think it's our first live, right? You
Yes,
told
this
me.
is my first live period.
So, thanks so much. And hey, guys, how are you doing here? I don't know who is. I can't see the comments in here. Just to let you know, I
Oh,
can't
you
see.
can't? How can I make oh wow, how can I make well, there's nobody on right. Oh, there's one person on. But how do I'm wondering how I can make these hold on, let me see.
There is a bar in
Mhm.
the right side, and you can see comments because I am on cell phone. I'm not in the computer.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
so
Okay,
that's
I'll answer for you in the comments.
so. I think before I tell you how I decide that, there is some steps before
Mhm.
because I'm from São Paulo.
Mhm.
It's not the capital, but it's a big city.
It's the biggest city in Brazil.
Yes, but I don't live in the center. I live like downtown. And in Brazil is very interesting because when you don't live in the middle of the city, we are far, but it's difficult to access information as well. As far you are from the city,
Mhm.
as difficult to access information
Mhm.
because the schools, the people, the companies is always in the middle of the city.
Mhm.
But I live very far away from the city.
Mhm.
So that means a lot because we had less opportunity that someone who live
Mhm.
in the middle of the city. First of all, to understand the context about Brazil.
Mhm.
And my father, he doesn't know how to write or to read.
Mhm.
Yes, the place that my father lives nowadays, there is no zip code. He
What?
lives, yes, because it's very, very poor area in Brazil, in Minas Gerais, because
Hmm.
my mom and my father, they are divorced.
Hmm.
But uh, a long time ago, my father, he got a job in the telephone company in
Hmm.
Brazil, and he was very good at to fix the things in
Oh,
fix
nice.
the
So he had
company.
a very stable job.
Yes, but he didn't study, but he was very technical, very good
Hmm.
at what he does.
Hmm.
And he started a war, civil war in Nigeria.
Hmm.
Nigeria, how they say?
Nigeria. Nigeria. Hmm.
Yes, and invite him to come there to fix the wires and everything because the country miss the communication
Hmm.
about this war. And my father, he traveled for the first time abroad,
To
Brazil.
Nigeria.
To
Wow. What year was this?
what
What
year?
year? Yeah.
Was 1885, something like that.
Wow.
Yes,
1985.
yes, and my father started learning English, and he he learning English better than the Portuguese because he had to work in there and it was so difficult because he was in a military area, and that's it. And when he come back to Brazil, he starts speaking English all the time
What? This is so cool.
because he love and he start learn, study, read a lot of things because he works a lot. He has 3 jobs. He didn't have time to study because I am we are 4 kids, so
Hmm.
I have 3 brothers, and everybody was very we are kids and my mom was housemaid, and this is the context.
Mm,
And since I was a child, my father, he started to speak some words in English with me all the time.
nice.
Yes, and he told me that in TV in Brazil, if I press the zap, I can listen the original song, and I start to listen the original song in the TV.
Hmm.
And I started to see a lot of black people from America in my TV and
Oh,
it
nice.
speaks English. And I was, wow, that's amazing, blah, blah, blah. And I decided to move for another country
Hmm.
to make myself more, not more comfortable, but to feel like together with someone black than me. Because in Brazil, although we are majority, but you don't see yourself in the TV and a lot of stuff. And when I saw that was when I see America programs.
And also, I think, like, in addition to not seeing a lot of Black people on TV in Brazil,
Mhm.
there's, even though there are lots of Black people in Brazil don't automatically kind of come together. There's not like this automatic consciousness, like, I'm Black and I'm going to connect with other Black people. So I think that's definitely a major difference between the US and Brazil.
Uh, yes, because we barely see each other in the
Hmm.
place, so we don't have representative. So
Hmm.
it's very, very difficult. This is the first point. So since I was a teenager, I was thinking about that. I will move for another country who has more black to
Hmm.
connect, a place that I can use my natural hair. I was
Hmm.
thinking about that because my father, he told me a lot of good things about Nigeria, about how they self in there,
Hmm. And how long
and
was he in Nigeria, your father?
I'm in the capital. Um,
How long was he there for?
was almost 1 year.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Well, yes, it was a long time. And it was difficult because we don't have technology, although he worked for a telephone company, but it was very difficult. they started to write a letter, but my mom didn't know how to read.
Wow.
Was pretty difficult, but he made that and inspired me. But I didn't want to stay. Didn't I think about go to South Africa in the
Mhm.
beginning when I was teenager, but okay. And I was think about okay, I'm gonna move for another country, and I thought about the possibilities, and every place was too expensive, and I started doing a plan.
Mhm.
And I've heard about au pair program
Mm.
when I was 18 years old.
Mhm.
And au pair program is a program that we come in here to United States to live in America family and take care about their kids and everything.
Mhm.
So I was focused on this program, and but I didn't know English, so I started learning English because I received scholarship
Mhm.
for IT high school. And I in this IT high school, I had English classes in there as well.
Mhm.
And so I start and I finished the IT school, and I received another scholarship for digital design.
Mhm.
So I did it for 4 years. While that, I was studying English for 4 years in Brazil, and I studied Spanish, French as
Oh,
well.
nice.
Yes, because I work in the school.
Mhm.
And when I finished the school, I decided to come to United States was 2011. So I come in here as au pair.
Wow. And tell me about like so you have to tell me what type of family did you get?
So when you are in Brazil or you are in your account, you receive a dossier, you receive a profile about the family. So I received a lot of families in my profile. So was very nice because I was very surprised, and I chose a black family.
Mm.
Yes, and they live in New Jersey, so I come to New Jersey with them.
Mhm.
But I wasn't in New York. Yeah, I actually no, I was in New York, GFK to St. John University.
Mhm.
We studied for 1 week in there about United States laws and
Oh, okay.
training,
Mhm.
and was very nice.
Mhm.
And we met a lot of German girls who was au pair as well. Yes,
Mhm.
it was cool. And then from St. John's University, we took a bus and we go to New Jersey with straight to the family. So I
Mhm.
stayed 6 months in there.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. And then I connect with my friends in Brazil. And one friend, he used Facebook. He sent me a job opportunity for to work in a German company,
Mhm.
and was very great opportunity, and I applied, although I wasn't here apply to, and I got the job.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and the person called my brother and told my brother, oh, where is Inês? And my brother, how long? And he told that the company call you and you're not in here. Wow. So I will come back to Brazil. I decided to come back to Brazil
So
to
you were
work.
only in Brazil for 6 months. I mean,
No,
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 you
no.
were only in the US for 6 months.
Yes, yes.
But tell me
Because
before we move on to coming back, tell me. I mean, okay, so you came to Brazil to the US. I'm sorry, why do I keep on saying Brazil? You came to the US
uh-huh.
and you were with a black family. Can you just? I mean, I know you probably don't want to tell all of this family's business, but tell us about being with a black American family. Was it like black, as in like a black couple, or black? What was it?
Yes, first of all, Kiratiana, I didn't know that I am black. I or black. I didn't know about that.
Really? What do you mean you didn't?
Really.
What do you mean you didn't know that you were black?
Because uh, how can I explain? In Brazil, we had a plan to mix miscegenation plan.
Yes. Mhm.
So, for example, my father, he's light skin with
Mhm.
green eyes, so he
Mm.
is already mixed.
Mhm.
But he didn't know he were black. What connection with another black is about the culture. But we feel, but you didn't know. It's so complicated to explain, but I didn't know. For example, I did capoeira for 5 years, and my nickname in capoeira was Morena. Morena is brunette.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's mean I feel all the time I thought that I was brunette. And
Really?
when I was in this family, it was important to start think about racial questions or Asian issues that I never thought
Mhm. Mhm.
was extremely important for me.
What
And
did you
this
what did you guys well, why all of a sudden in this family did you start to think about race?
because the kids was very empowered, empoderada,
Empowered, we say.
empowered.
Hmm.
The girl
Well,
was
why were
said
they so tell me what like what did they do that made them so empowered?
first of all she knows who she is. For example,
Mm.
my niece with 7 years old, she didn't know about you. We don't have this kind of conversation in Brazil. It's very difficult to think about that because we are worried what we're gonna
Mhm.
eat, what we're gonna work. We don't have time to think.
Mhm.
So when you don't have access, I'm not
Mhm.
talking about rich people, but
Mhm.
where coming from, when I coming from is not the kind of subject that we talk in the family.
Mhm.
For example, we talking about the consequence, but we don't talk the roots.
Mm.
Or I know that all the time I have to walk with my ID in my, but I didn't know why. So I
So,
didn't
like, your
realize that.
parents always told you that, okay, do not leave this house without your ID. But are you
Yeah,
saying that a white person they don't like a white Brazilian does not have that same pressure or does not they can leave their house without ID and they'll be fine?
drive license, but I never compare with that.
Mhm.
I know that something was very very weird, but I didn't know what was
Mhm.
weird.
Mhm.
And when I was in this family with the girl, we are talking about a lot of stuff. And one day, in the end of the year, because I was in here in November 2011, November,
Mhm.
close to the Christmas, she received a lot of postcard with the family's picture printed.
Mhm.
Was so beautiful. And she told Inês, come on, help me to put in the tree, the Christmas tree. Ah, okay. And I took the first card and I put it whatever. Like, and
Mhm.
she took from my hand and told Inês, they are black like us. You have to put in the top.
What? She said, wow. Wow.
And it just, I look at her and I told Chloe, tell me more about that.
Mhm.
And she told Inês, this is obvious. We are black. We are in the top.
Wow. I mean, I think I'm gonna be honest. I do think you got a very empowered young black woman. I'm not sure if she's the average young black.
Yes, never.
I'm not sure she's the average of young black American. Wow. Tell me? I know I just have a random question. What did her parents do for a living?
Yes, her mom is a Pfizer manager.
Oh, okay, so she's making some money.
Yes, and her father worked for a big hotel company in IT.
Okay, wow. Okay, yeah, they were.
Uh,
So she was. I mean, okay, interesting.
she has access to information and
Exactly.
everything,
Exactly.
but making me think about that. And I was, and I start to call my brother, ask them, do you know that we're black? And
What did your brother say?
yeah, one told, no, we are brunette, we're not black.
We're Moreno. Moreno.
Moreno. And okay. And I start learning more about that. I start
But
to
still, what
learn.
about your mother? I mean, so did your mother ever admit that she was black, or did she tell you that you are black?
Mm-mm. Because no, she doesn't know that. For example, in the end of the year, I took a picture with Black, Santa Claus Black at masses.
Hmm.
I took a picture with him, blah blah blah, and my mom told, "Oh, Santa Claus brunette, Maria."
So your mother never would say the word black, like
Yeah,
preto,
and I thought,
preta.
Mom, he's black like us. I remember my mom, no, don't say that. He is nice. He's beautiful. He's and I. But
Wow.
there is a book about who talk about that is black with white mask.
Oh, is that from Franz
Uh-huh.
Fanon?
So
Franz
something.
Fanon, yeah.
Yes, I think it will become a Netflix document. Is exactly about that.
Hmm.
So, but is it something that I found out in this family, and I start to think about myself, who I am, what's mean black for me, and I start to ask the parents. So, I have white friends in Brazil, and they are. We don't like that. We prefer stay with black friends, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay. But while that,
Well, when you were growing up, when you were growing up, were there other black people in your classes, or
no,
did you go to private school, or so
yes,
which black? Oh, okay, because I have noticed that, especially, so a lot of my friends have gone on to college, and I think this is probably a majority of my friends who have gone to college. A majority of them went to private school, or they went to public schools where there were not a lot of black people. And so, like, what type of black person in Brazil would go to school with black people? Is that, I mean, it's very interesting.
yes. But in the beginning, when I was in school close to my place, we have a lot of
Mm.
people in there. But when I turned 50 years old, I wanted to do a IT high school.
Mm.
So I had to do a test. It's so difficult to get in that, and I received scholarship. So it was different college. So we had to use uniform for the first time.
Oh
I
wow,
didn't have money to buy the uniform. It was so difficult.
wow,
And I was the only black in my class. Now we are 30,
hmm.
and I was the
You were
only
the
black.
only black person.
Yes.
Wow.
In the school we had more, but my life started that only the black person. And then in the university, then my MBA in the company was very very difficult. And
Wow.
when I was in this family, I started to think about a question that I never asked to myself when I was in Brazil. And that's it. I received this job opportunity,
Hmm.
and I applied, and I did the test on phone by phone, and then I told to the family. Actually, it wasn't the family anymore. I changed for another family. It was another good experience, and then I come back to Brazil. And when I come back to Brazil, I was start to work for a German company
Hmm.
in the marketing, and I was the only black in that in this company, but was like so difficult, but very very racism every day because nobody wants that I were in there.
Wow.
And I had a lot of fight with a white guy.
Hmm.
I and was horrible,
Hmm.
but was very important this moment because I start to friendship with white Europe guys
Hmm.
from Portugal, from Germany, and I start a relationship with a German guy, a white German guy.
And why is that? So tell me this: why would that be different from having a relationship with a white Brazilian guy?
No, white Brazilian guys is impossible. Is I don't consider in my mind. I always
Uh-huh.
think about America white in America
Okay.
because you see the news about Rodrigo Branco, the guy who lives in Orlando.
Yeah, I
He's
saw that.
white.
Oh my gosh, I can't. So
Yes,
basically there
white
was this
Brazilians like
guy,
him.
there was this white Brazilian guy who was doing an interview with a black, I mean she would be considered black Brazilian woman, and
Mhm.
he said that one of the basically the most famous black Brazilian newscaster in Brazil, her name is Maju. He said that she only has her job because she's black. And then he
Mhm.
said this other woman who's on Big Brother, her name is Stelma. He said that she's only there because she's black. Like he made these outright racist statements. And I think that I will go ahead and say that white Brazilian men do tend to, even though they're used to being around white, many of them are used to being around black people, maybe even have grown up with black people, who knows.
Mhm.
I think they carry with them very deep ingrained racism, and in which they automatically think that black people are not as good as them. But you don't think that's the same case for a European men? What's the difference between white European men and white Brazilian men?
So, in my opinion, I don't like generation
Yeah,
because everybody
we-
is different.
yeah,
So,
everybody's different, obviously.
but I'm talking about my experience. For example, I met this. First of all, talking about the white Brazilian. In Brazil, we have, how do I say, desigualdade social.
Social inequality. Hmm.
Yes, social inequality, very large. I think it's the biggest large of the world.
It's up there. Yeah, it's extreme.
Yes, and so the racism is behind this layer.
Mm. It's
It's
hidden. It's almost like
yeah.
it's. I would say that people acknowledge the economic inequality more
Mhm.
quicker than they acknowledge the racism. Is that the case? Like people can, to me, I feel like, and I know about you, but I feel like it's not that the racism is hidden. It's just that, how can I put this? I just feel like in Brazil, people acknowledge social inequality quicker than racism. In America, we acknowledge racism quicker than social inequality. I feel like it's the kind of the we're like the same country, but we do things different.
I got a feeling something like that. But for example, when I meet a Brazilian white guys, I usually to meet in another position of the socialite
Mm.
because I start to going to Mackenzie. Mackenzie is the same school that Roberto Justus study.
What school? What's the name?
Mackenzie.
Oh, McKinsey. Oh my gosh,
Hmm.
that's a very elite school in Sao
Yes,
Paulo.
I study in there.
Hmm.
So I know Roberto Justo, I know his daughter. That's it. For example, I can't imagine the Roberto Justo son. Or no, I'm not use this example, but it because we are from. It's totally different. It's another reality.
Hmm.
So or when I am with white Brazilian, or I have to annul myself,
Hmm. I mean, you have to what?
me anular.
Uh, and do you have to make yourself invisible, or what? Do you have to?
Yeah, yes, because they have no idea what is being black. They have no
Mhm.
idea. Is another word. For example, when I bought my first car, I was talking with the white guy. He was my coworker. We are very friends. Mm.
Mhm.
And he was, hi, Inês, I've heard about your car, your first car. And he has, I'm so happy. I was so happy. And
Mhm.
I, what car you bought? I know you bought a German car because you like potential. And I told, no, I like design. I bought a French car. And he told, which one? I told, Peugeot. And it's
Mhm.
a brand in Brazil. And he told, my housekeeper has a Peugeot.
What?
like, like,
Wow.
so it's weird because he can't see myself equal.
Mhm. Mhm.
So in all the time is we are different, we are different, we are different. Everything that I tell is to make they far from me.
Mhm.
Like we have a distance between us.
Mhm.
For
Well, why is
example,
it, well, why wouldn't you have that same distance between you and white European men?
because they have empathy and he
Empathy.
know
Ah,
and
empathy.
he knows the history.
Mm,
He knows what's happened in Brazil and blah blah blah. So
ah,
and and he knows a lot of that meritocracy in Brazil that it doesn't exist.
okay, I get it. Wow.
It's totally different. When I am together with a Germany, for example, the people that I know from Germany. So I met some guys and we travel together. We spend time. I worked for 5 years, so
Mhm.
that's a lot. I made friends and I was in Germany in their house and blah blah blah. It's totally different because they don't judge me.
Mm.
And
Because they okay, I get it.
I feel that I can be myself.
So I have to ask you, and I don't know, and I know we're kind of jumping ahead just a little bit because I feel like since we're talking about white Brazilian men, before we talk about what about black Brazilian men? Before we jump to black American men, because I want to talk about black American men. But what
I
about
don't know.
what about black Brazilian men? Did you date black Brazilian men?
No, never.
Never. Why? Why not? Were you attracted to black Brazilian men?
No, I know very well four black Brazilian, my father and my two brothers.
And do your brothers date black women?
Hardly ever.
You've never seen your brothers date black women?
No, yes, but hardly ever.
Rarely, rarely. Okay.
Really, yes.
Wow.
That
Did you,
means a lot.
so when you okay. And did you ever have a black Brazilian man who you were attracted to and that you wanted to date? And explain to us why not, because I think we have to explain to our audience why is this why because this to I mean American audience
Mhm.
to us that seems weird. It's like all those black people in Brazil. How could you not date a black black Brazilian?
Uh, that's very difficult to explain
Okay.
because is as I told, it's about a plan was drawn before us. It's a
Yeah.
history plan,
Mhm.
and now we are doing the consequence.
Exactly.
So the place that I live is is a very rich place,
Hmm.
but we are very poor inside the rich place
Okay.
because my father he bought this place a long time ago, so we didn't have mall, we didn't have nothing, and
Mhm.
then they made Alphaville. I think you heard about Alphaville. Is a place where a lot of artists live
I've
in
never
São
been.
Paulo.
I've heard of Alphaville, but I've
Yes,
never been.
I live like 15 minutes away, and I study in there.
Hmm.
So we are poor, but in the rich place.
Okay.
So that means geography. There is no a lot of blacks in there.
Okay. 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 That's a good explanation. Okay.
So and when I started seeing a black, he was in my school, in my elementary school.
Hmm.
But I had some crushes, a black crushes. Tiago, his name.
And what happened? What happened?
He called me monkey.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Do you
I
know what
mean,
happened to him?
no. But I'm in the school. He has a crush for white girls, and now I can tell you that. But when I was in this age, I didn't know what was happening. I know that I was ugly, but I
Mhm.
didn't know why they call me ugly or things like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I didn't have and when I started doing capoeira, I was to connection with my ancestry. But the group has almost everybody is white.
Oh, so you were doing capoeira with all white people. Okay. Okay. And for
Sometimes,
those of you who don't know, capoeira is a black Brazilian martial arts. Um, and I don't know. Some people actually say that especially in the South, more white people might do it than black people. In the South of Brazil, in the North and Northeast, there's still lots of black people who participated. But in the South, in a place like Sao Paulo, it might be more white people than black people who participate. I don't know.
yes, but the place that I do was in what I did was in Barueri.
Okay.
So that's it. But this way, I never had someone black closer than me.
Hmm.
Wasn't my relative or things like that.
Oh, I
Even my
understand.
even so, I had a crush with my cousin.
Mhm.
He's black, but now he's in a prison.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
Ah,
Okay.
some
Yeah.
mistakes in the life and everything.
Well, why don't we do this? So, okay. I know I apologize for jumping around, but since we're still talking men, we have to jump to black American men or just men, black men in the US. Like do you have you ever had any experiences with dating or going out with black men in the US?
Yes,
Or even
yes.
being flirting with black men in the US?
No, yes, black, white, but it's still in Europe context. I was in London and I met some guys in there. I was in Italy and I met some Italian guys in there. And that's it. Only whites from Europe, and I was good relationship, but they always want that I come there, I live in there, and I didn't want to live in there
Mhm.
because I had another plans for myself.
Mhm.
And that's it. And we broke up and start over new. And when I was in Brazil,
Mhm.
I met a journalist, American journalist.
Oh,
And
wow.
of course, I will not tell the name because, of course, you know him because
As you know,
because
all the journalists.
because because he is very famous.
Okay.
But I didn't know that he's famous. I just met him,
Mhm.
and we start a date and blah blah blah. And when I come in here in 2011, I met him again,
Oh, nice.
and we stayed together for a while. And I was get used with Europe white,
Mhm.
and he starts thinking, for example, your English should be better.
Mhm.
And I told him I did the best that I could. No, you didn't enough.
Oh, wow.
Because if you can, now if you want, you can. And
Mhm.
I was no, I give the best to study to receive a scholarship. And he told no, you have to get a better job, blah 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 blah. And I start, you think my success depend only and exclusive
Mhm.
about me? And he told yes, look at me.
Wow.
So I already interview Alicia Keys, blah 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 blah, and rub in my face a lot of stuff that.
But I think
What?
I'm gonna be honest, I think that's a very American thing. Like, I don't think that the fact I think I think that's very American. Americans are very always trying to kind of go to that next level. Like they're very conscious of like just of people's accomplishments. They're very, very conscious of that. Whereas I feel like Brazilians are very conscious of people's class. Here, we look at your resume. We're like, okay, so she did this, she did that.
Yes, but when I was with Black, I feel different about that.
Mm,
This. And okay, and I thought maybe his way, his personality, and I told him, "You're a journalist. You'll be supposed to know about Brazil.
mm,
Every 23 minutes, one Black in Brazil is killed. So
mm,
you know that you have a genocide in Brazil, right?
mm,
It's not. I am not telling that. Uh, the words know that the
mm.
plan and everything. So I can't do because there's a lot of barriers to.
Barriers. Hmm.
So we don't have opportunities. It's difficult. Uh, anyway, I told, but I didn't. I waste my time because
Hmm.
nowadays, if someone tell me, I just stop to talk because I don't want to give my energy in this
Yeah,
explanations of that. You Google, you know what's happening in Brazil, what's
yeah.
going on. And I met another guy, white as well. I
Mm-hmm.
met him in the app,
Mm-hmm.
and the same conversation. For example, you are 30. I was 30. Now I'm 32, but I was 30. You are 30 years and you are broke and blah blah blah, and your family depends on you and blah blah blah, and your parents they are lazy, something
What?
like some, something like that, and I was whoa.
Yeah.
And have you ever seen the meme about Viola Davis that she pick up her
Yeah,
her
yeah,
bag
yeah,
and she I did the same and okay you think this way and I start thinking that white mm, guys in here they didn't respect the history.
yeah.
He I the way that I feel he judged as a person, but I do the best that I can.
Mm-hmm.
But my history, we were in the last country to finish the slaveless.
Mm-hmm.
I am fourth generation about how I can recover financial and I'm not a Jesus. So there is no
Yeah,
miracle.
yeah. Would you
Uh,
have, so have you ever gone out with a black guy in the US?
yes.
And how is it different?
No, because they understand,
Mm.
the respect, understand, they have empathy.
Oh, wow.
That's the way that I feel.
And I remember you telling me, what about this? So in America, there is a perception of a black Brazilian woman, like a very stereotypical perception of black Brazilian woman being very sexual, very um voluptuous, etc. Have you
Mhm.
encountered this stereotype in New York City?
Yes, but it's difficult to identify because there is intersection because Brazilian has this stereotype, even white Brazilian.
Hmm.
So I don't know if this is because my color, this is because I'm Latino.
Mm.
But of course, when I tell that I am from Brazil, the guys, oh wow, and one guy he told me like crazy. He's not parameter, but crazy guy. He told, I love the porno Brazilian category,
What?
and
He
and
said that to
now
your face? What is
yeah, because they don't respect. It's like I can tell whatever you want. I'm white, so you're gonna listen what I'm telling.
so tell me, okay, so you've been in New York City for 2.5 years. Why
No, almost 2 years.
two almost 2 years?
Yeah.
Why do you love New York City? Why do you want to stay?
Uh, that's a good question because, for example, Harlem, the experience that I had, I never had before.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in a place that the majority is black and
Mm-hmm.
the people are in the social is no like because in Brazil you see that if you go to his room, you see a lot of black people,
Exactly. Yeah.
but I never seen a black doctor in Brazil. I
Mhm.
know Fred, he's a Brazilian. Oh, one.
I think I follow him on Instagram.
I love him. I love him. He's very nice, and it's difficult. The bank can never see a you know what's happening in Brazil when you are black. You go to as a custom.
Yeah,
A
it's
lot of
difficult.
crazy. Yes, it's very difficult. So I never see a manage black. I never had a black boss in my life. Only blonde.
Really, only blonde.
Only blonde.
What? Wow.
I had in here. So in here, so I feel that in here is the place that I can start over new my life.
Mm.
Although a lot of stuff, a lot of documents and a lot of
Yes,
struggles,
it's a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I know that I can handle. For example, coronavirus and everything is not bigger than what I already handle in my life.
Mm.
I think the worst part in my life I already passed.
And so when you never thought that you were going to go back when when they said that the borders are going to be closed in the US, or that you never thought, "Oh, maybe I should go back to be with my family."
No, because of course I want to, but I can't because I have nieces and I have nephew, and I am the only reference who did
Mm.
something different.
Wow.
For example, my niece, my nephew, they are learning English and they are
Oh,
doing
nice.
braiding the hair. I inspire a lot because I am here.
Mhm.
Because if I am in Brazil, I should straighten my hair and stay the same. In
Mhm.
here, at least I have opportunity to do something different. And
That's
I mean,
interesting. So do you think that in America, black women have more opportunity than black women in Brazil? Like a black woman in America can accomplish more in America than a black woman in Brazil?
yes,
Why?
because in Brazil, the chance that you get a job in the office is 0.6%,
Wow.
almost 1%, and 1% is Rachel Maya.
Oh gosh.
She worked for Pandora. No, she used to work for Pandora.
Mhm.
It's all
Wow.
so at least I can see in here, and you can't dream about something that you don't see.
That's true.
That's in Brazil. I have to put a white mask. Sorry, I
Mhm.
have to do that. When I was in Germany, compat all the time I couldn't be myself
Wow.
because it was very funny. I talk on the phone with the people, with the supply, and when we met in person, oh, what is Inês? And no, I am Inês. And oh no, you're the inter of Inês. No, I am Inês.
What?
And I know in here has a problem as well, but it's less than in Brazil.
Hmm. And so what do you do in New York City?
So I do content online
Oh, nice.
because okay, what's happened when I arrived in here the first time I have work permission to be au pair.
Mhm.
When I come back to Brazil, I miss this license, and
Mhm.
I come back in here with a tourist visa the
Mhm.
first 6 months, and I renew. But I ask my lawyer, what can I do? Because I have online platform.
Mhm.
So I don't want to be illegal in here or nothing. I
Of course,
don't want
yeah.
to do nothing wrong in here. Is it my image? Is it my life? And you know. And she told we have a process in here so you can get your social security, your everything, but it's gonna take some time. So
Mm.
while that you can't work,
Mm.
and that's it. That's the problem because the money has gone, and I'm doing online stuff. And sometimes I work for Brazil for the people who want to consult, and because I have MBA in market, digital market, so I can do whatever thing online. I'm very good at it.
Nice.
And I'm waiting for my social security number to start working here. And while meantime, I'm study English to
Ah, nice.
improve it.
Nice. And so, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Where or
Or
how?
what? We have this question in English. When people say, where do you see yourself in 10 years? It means like, what do you want to see yourself doing in 10 years from now?
So I actually, I try to do something to be economic, to has an economic good life, to
Mm-hmm.
help the
Mm-hmm.
people in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Because as I come from a very poor situation, I saw a lot of things in
Mm-hmm.
my life, and I know a lot of no good things.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a problem in Brazil about adoptions.
Mm.
And I want to adopt a lot of teenager. I like opera.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot of plans. So this way I can't come to Brazil now because
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the middle of my journal in here.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, just beginning in here. I have to be very strong because I have nieces and I have nephew who depend on me
Mm-hmm.
because they don't have mom. Her mom passed
Oh
some
my
years
gosh.
ago with
Really?
cancer. Yes,
Oh wow.
and I was helping them
Mm-hmm.
the way that I can. But when I made in here, I can help them
Mm-hmm.
better, and I don't mind if they come in here, stay for a while, and come back to Brazil. But if they spend sometimes in here in Brazil, in here United States, it will be better for them. For
Mm-hmm.
example, I just got the job in the German company because I live in here for 6 months.
Oh, nice.
Because the only my resume was the same
Mm-hmm.
that's before, but I had the experience in here, and in the company they said no, she's black, but at least she live in New York City.
Wow. Nice.
But every strategy, everything that I did in the company, I did it because I studied in Brazil,
Mm-hmm.
and that's crazy. But and I know will be better for them. So how I see myself is very good influence
Mm-hmm.
in here,
Mm-hmm.
and inspire a lot of girls, black girls in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of when I am telling them that I am black, I spent so many years to find out that. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of girls send me a message. Ah, yes, I didn't know I am black. The girls send me a picture to ask me what I think if they are black.
Really? They're asking you if you think they're black.
Uh huh.
Wow. I have a question for you. So one of the things that I want to do, I think I would love for people in the United States, and I obviously a lot of times I think about African American people, but I would love for people in the United States to see more Afro Brazilians in television, on film. What I mean, if there's like, if you could maybe give people advice on how they could see more Afro Brazilian people on television or on Netflix or on film. I mean, like, what should we be watching? Like, how can we actually give more visibility to black Brazilians? Because I feel like the reason why I feel like there is a disconnect between well, in particular, I feel like there's a disconnect between African Americans and Afro Brazilians, mainly because there's a language barrier.
Uh
And
huh.
I feel like we are very unique. You being a Black Brazilian woman who speaks English, and me being a Black American woman who speaks Portuguese. So what can we do to like build those bonds between these communities who need to know that we need to know more about each other, you know?
Yes, of course. So just to your subscribe, I don't know if they know, but Brazil, only 5% speak English in Brazil.
Very few people, yeah.
Yes, and we don't have a second language because we are the only country in Latin America who doesn't speak Spanish.
Yes.
So, but that, as I told you, it was a strategy to isolate us. When you isolate language, you isolate culture and everything. So we are alone in the middle of the Spanish, but we don't get used with Argentina. We have problems with Paraguay. So
Historical problems, yes.
yeah. So to talk about Brazil, we have to talk about the history. There is no another way because otherwise is like craziness. Sometimes things that I don't believe, and I go to study, and that's why. But to answer your question, a lot of big companies and has a program to include to diversity and everything, and there is a language bar. Because, for example, I am the only me and my brother is the only my family who, in my father who speak English in my whole family. And now I have friends who speak English, but in Brazil, it's very difficult to find people who speak English.
Yeah, I know. So same here. Like even living in Rio, very few of my friends speak English.
And the majority is white, right?
Well, what? I got a lot of Black friends, but but you know what? When I do meet Brazilians who speak English, it's mainly white Brazilians. Yes.
Yes, because speak another language is a product.
It's expensive. It's expensive too.
Is a product. You have to buy that.
Yeah. Very expensive.
Very expensive. So, answer your question. I have a project that I applied. Is a fellowship, and the idea is to do a reality show. Yes, and I knew if they approve because I need money. I have a lot of ideas, but I don't have opportunity. I think what is missing is opportunity in Brazil. For example, when I get my scholarship, I send to I beg for the owner to give another scholarship for my brother.
Oh gosh.
And for someone else, and we try to study. But it's very difficult because the system is already drawn to avoid that we have access. So I think that to connect to each other is using social media.
That's true. And who are your favorite people, favorite Afro-Brazilians to follow on social media?
Ai, Gabi das Pretas.
Oh, okay, cool. I love her. She was the first Black Brazilian YouTuber who I followed like 5 years ago.
Did you meet her in Rio? Because she lives in there.
I've been at a party with her in Sao Paulo, but I've never met her personally.
Oh, and she speaks English because she was in the United States. She studied.
Oh, I should ask. I want to do a video with her then. I should ask her. Yes. I just remember she didn't have a good time. I just remember the video she did on how she did not have a good time in the US. I was like, oh no. Did you meet her? Did you hang out with her when she came to New York?
No, it was different years. I was in Brazil and she was in here.
Oh, okay.
And maybe we could do something together, like a project, like not big stuff, but stories together.
Oh, that's cool. Let's do that.
Because since everybody is at home,
everybody's at home.
our followers is home, so you can do a challenge, like use Duolingo is a good platform to learn another language.
Yeah.
So I think we could do some project, and then you're gonna connect each other,
Okay, yeah. I like that. Let's do that.
because the TV, you know the owners about the TV in Brazil, Roberto Marinho,
Yeah. Oh,
Silvio Santos.
are you watching Big Brother?
I don't watch, but I know what's going on in
Why
there.
not?
And I'm so happy the prior he left.
I'm glad he left too, but I felt I did want a man to stay because I feel like now Babu is by himself. It's like he's the last man standing. He's the last man standing.
Yes, but what's her name? Easy, I think Easy. She was doing a plan, putting the picture together, and told who is more weak is Thelma and Babu. Um,
Okay.
but I think you there is a lot of good ideas in the TV. For example, The Apprentice with Roberto Justo, as I told you, is a very nice program. We could learn something and do online,
What is
because
it
I
called?
can.
What is the program called?
The Apprentice,
The Prince.
o aprendiz, with
Oh,
Roberto Justus.
oh, okay. Okay, cool.
The former was João Doria, the government. He
Oh,
was a guest of.
oh gosh. I mean, so we have okay, so it looks like we have 3 viewers. I would love for if they had some questions for you.
I can see it also. If they send you, you read for me, please.
Okay.
But if you are seeing this live after, so leave a comment
Yes.
below.
Please leave a
And
comment and questions, and people will respond back. What do I want to end with?
but let's go trying to do something on
Yeah,
stories in English.
let's do it.
Some black girls who try to learn English and post some to do some activity. So I think the best way to connect. I think Ana Paula Xangoni, she speaks English as well.
Really? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta like do some videos with these people. What else? So,
Natarinelli, she speaks because she received a fellowship on YouTube.
oh, nice.
Uh-huh.
So, tell me, do you like American food?
What?
I don't know.
Which one?
American food is everything, but do you like it? Like, is there any American food that you love?
I'm so sorry. But
You don't like American food?
no, but actually, I really don't know what is traditional America.
So that's a good question because American food is everything. I mean, it's I think a traditional American restaurant would be like IHOP. Like, have you like going to IHOP or like a pancake house? Pancakes is American.
I'm not a big fan.
You don't like pancakes? Oh my god.
American style. I prefer Brazilian style.
What's Brazilian style?
You take the flour, you take the eggs, and you take milk, and you blend, and you put it to fly,
Mm-hmm.
and you put whatever you want.
Okay.
The flavor is different.
Okay.
For example, since I'm here, I always eat my own food that I prepare, but it's Brazilian kitchen, rice,
Beans.
beans.
Rice and beans. Rice and beans.
Today I ate rice and chicken and salad and spring rolls,
Okay, cool.
vegetables. Mm-hmm.
Well, do you have any other things you want to say to our viewers before we end?
Um, I don't know. I wanna say thank you, and I wanna ask them if they know another Brazilians,
Mm.
because sometimes it's difficult for me because I represent all Brazilians.
So the question she asked, do you know any Brazilians? Do you know a Brazilian?
Do you know beside me? And I don't know, and I want to I separate something to give a tip for you in the quarantine.
Hmm.
That's something that I bought on Amazon is a planner.
Hmm.
And in here, you can do by yourself, use the note, or but I already buy this way. I bought on Amazon. I have a Amazon page, is Amazon
Hmm.
bar Inêz NYC, New York City.
Hmm.
So you can see in there. So it's very good because you have targets in here and a lot of tools in here to
Hmm.
plan your day in here.
Oh, nice.
Morning mindset. It's like a coach, but you do by yourself.
Okay, cool. What is it called?
It's a planner, the high performance planner.
Okay,
Is
cool.
That is like five. There is a black one. There is a lot of colors, but I bought that one because high performance. So and there is no date, so you put your date in here.
Okay, so we have one question.
Mhm.
Oh gosh. The question asks, are Brazilian women seeking to marry American black men?
Sorry, Brazilian.
Do Brazilian women want to marry American black men? Is this okay?
I can tell for myself. I want to marry a black man.
Well, she said, and Inez actually does want to marry a black American man. So, so we need to set you up with somebody.
Hmm?
We need to set you up. We need to set you up on a date, on a virtual date.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. This has been great. And please, like, if you have any comments, please comment questions, and we'll answer them in the YouTube. Thanks so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Bye.
Bye bye.